Hi, this is Cable. Today's date is the 24th of September 2025. And I'm talking about 9/11. Now, I could have done this topic somewhere between 9/11 and somewhere around on 9/11 or after 9/11. But the Charlie Kirk thing has done it so much that people are devoting a lot of time on it. And I've got some stuff on Charlie Kirk, but the thing is, I don't want to keep on having to spend time on it. But it keeps popping up in the news. And, it is, the downside, the whole Charlie Kirk thing, and it is a downside. People still keep, trying to decode what really happened, what took place. We couldn't find it by finding out new information about it. So what I want to talk about is the events of 9/11 and 7/7. Now, this attack back in 2001 changed the world forever, and it was considered, according to the Project for the New American Century, we need a cataclysmic and world-changing event like a new Pearl Harbor, which is what 9/11 was. Now, I don't want to go too much into how it happened or why it happened, but this was undoubtedly a staged event. There's even for the record, I believe I'm more than convinced that there was no planes that hit the towers, there was no planes that hit the Pentagon, and there was no the Shanksville incident that's staged as well. Now, it might mean that no one actually died, but that's the one thing I've not come to the conclusion of. I believe some people died. It's quite possible that the death toll was heavily inflated, but that's my opinion. So let me just get to it. So you got 9/11, biggest terrorist, often described as the biggest terrorist attack in American history. Then you have the 7/7 bombings. And what's interesting about 7/7 is the fact that it happens on 7/7. What the hell? Another number. So you got 9/11 with 11/11. Then you got 7/7 with 7/7. What I discovered with the date durations. I'm going to get to the date durations. The date durations. I'm pretty sure I've already done a date duration on 9/11 and 7/7, but this is what I've come across. The date duration between the 9/11 and 7/7 bombings, supposedly done by Al Qaeda, 3 years, 300 days. 3 years, 300 days. Look at that. This is not a coincidence. They're all synced in many ways, because they're both events that changed the way people changed the world, changed the way people view things. And 7/7 certainly did. It led to a lot of anti-terrorism laws being passed. And it's kind of interesting now. There's so much going on in the world. Terrorism is no longer international terrorism, rather, is no longer the dominant headline. People don't talk about Al Qaeda or ISIS much anymore. It's kind of interesting how these things die down after a while, even though they're on the news all the time. Back in the day they were, but now people don't talk about it no more. No one hardly here. Okay, never mind. And the number of victims on 7/7 were 56. In Gematria, the word terrorism is 56 in the Jewish cipher, Latin reduction. International terrorism equals 1019, like a 119 or like a 9/11. In one of the other Jewish ciphers as well. For those of you who don't know, Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. It goes all the way back to the 6th century BC. The Jewish Kabbalah, the idea that the world was created using letters and numbers. It is this very code they use to script world events. And this calculator, there's even now even people in the Jewish community, people who either dismiss Gematria or simply don't care for it. They say, like, why would you, if they were using this, why would you use a calculator? Well, this calculator, from the guy that made it himself, Derek Curry, purpose of making this calculators was people to see and understand how they're doing this. I mean, the elite are not using a geometric calculator to do it. Obviously, they're using some kind of ancient system to do it all, where it manifests into magic or simply computers. I believe that's probably what's going on here. Like, it's almost like in the Matrix. You've got all those letters and numbers flicking on the screens. I mean, again, what you see on TV a lot of the time is all scripted theatre. They're just actors, whether it's Hollywood stars, sports stars, politicians, TV presenters, news presenters. They're actors. I mean, people seem to believe otherwise. And basically, it's 33, like 3 years, 300 days. Zyte 77, Power 77, Mind Control 56. As I mentioned before, about 56 people died in the 77 bombings. So it was a psyop. They're both psyops because they serve a reason to change policy in those countries, US and Britain. Mind Control equals 33. So a bit on Kirk. As you know, Trump was inaugurated on the 20th of January 2025, which is this year. And you know, you had this guy who was assassinated on September 10th. And this is interesting. The date duration between both events is 33 weeks and 3 days. 33 weeks and 3 days. Masonry is 33. Killing is 33. Sorry, that was something else. And I mean, look at that. That's all acting. All acting. For all we know, that's probably a prosthetic mask. What I know. Yeah, here she is doing the devil horn, the widow of that person we spoke about. There's a devil horn, no matter how you look at it, even though people are trying to dismiss the idea. I don't know why. I mean, this is interesting as well. There was the memorial for this individual on September 21st, 11 days after he was assassinated. 90,000 attended. Again, 90,000. 11 days after he assassinated. 9/11. I mean, look, we're playing with the numbers, aren't they? Again, these elites, they are obsessed with numbers. So that's all I've got to say, really. I've got nothing to. I'm not going to stay long. Okay. Yeah. It's a bit quiet today. Not many people here. A shame, but I'm gonna go now anyway. Yeah. Hope you guys see the video. Like and subscribe. I don't often say that when I do a video, but because it's up to you guys if you want to subscribe or not. I don't want to be one of those people that just tries to force you to subscribe or just like keep promoting people. Remember myself constantly if you subscribe. But I hope you like the content here. So you guys have a good day or good night. Hold on a second. It's about to go actually.